Hi guys. So we're going to talk about cause and effect. I'm going to use our boom cards that we usually do in class together so that we can practice a little before we do our activity. So remember when we read our story, we were talking about how there's a cause and effect. So the little girl lost her mitten and then the effect was she didn't have one. Her hand would have been cold, right? Or think about her friends who lost other stuff in the snow. She also had some silly ideas, but like if an eagle took her mitten, do you remember what the effect would be? He would put it on his baby's head to warm it. Or if you planted mittens in the ground, what would happen? The effect would be a mitten tree would grow, right? That really wouldn't happen, but it would be really cool. So see if you can help me figure out the answer before I figure out the answer for each of these. So it says, I touched a hot pan. So I burned my hand. I washed the dishes. I ate breakfast. What would happen if you touched a hot pan? You would burn your hand, right? Don't do that. That would hurt. Okay. I couldn't find my coat. So would that mean you would stay home? I stayed home. I asked mom for help, or it was too warm. If you couldn't find something in your house, what would you do? Ask for help. Our two best players missed a game. So it looks like they play baseball. Would they play soccer instead? We went home. We lost the game. What do you think would happen if the two best players weren't there? Probably would lose the game. All right, so this is Ben and he's sick. He has a cold. So he has to stay home. He helped his mom. He went to the park. What would be a good answer for that? Ben has a cold, so he has to stay home. If we're sick, we stay home, right? My lemonade was warm, so I let it cool off. I put ice in my glass. I ate a lemon. What would be the effect if the lemonade was warm? I don't like to drink warm lemonade, so I would put ice in the glass, right? I don't know about you. Because it is fall, Jim needs to turn on the TV. He needs to get a new puppy, or he needs to rake the leaves. Do your parents rake the leaves in the fall? That's when all the leaves fall, right? See all the leaves on the ground? The leaves. We were almost out of gas, so Dad stopped at the gas station, kept driving, got a new car. What would you guys do if your car was almost out of gas? You would stop at the gas station, right? And fill up the car. Because we forgot to water the flowers, what do you think is going to happen? We've talked about plants and they need water, right? Would they be ready to pick? It says they were ready to be picked. They were dry and wilted. We had nice flowers. They would be dry and wilted, right? Because flowers need water to survive. Because Joey always brushes his teeth, okay? He never sees the dentist. His teeth are not healthy. He has never had a cavity. He's never had a cavity, right? Because brushing our teeth is really important. Meg thinks her hair is too straight. So we can already tell what she did, right? Put rollers in her hair, combed her hair, put it in a ponytail. She put rollers in her hair. Because my dog was scratching himself, I put him outside. I gave him a bath. I gave him a treat. Well, if your dog is scratching themselves, maybe they've got a little, dogs like to roll around in the mud sometimes, get dirty. Maybe he needs a bath. What do you think? Yes. Mom ordered pizza for dinner because, why do you guys get pizza for dinner? We were still full from lunch. Would that be a good reason to order pizza? We wanted to swim she was too tired to cook. Mommy is sometimes, when we order pizza, we just don't want to cook. So, too tired to cook. Our pet pig got muddy in the pig pen. So, what do you think is going to happen? We gave her a bath. We brought her inside. Would you bring a muddy pig inside? She left the yard. You would give the pig a bath, right? So think about this. Today is my birthday. So what do you get to do on your birthday? I went to bed early. I got up to open my gifts. My sister got a new bike. What would you do? You get to open gifts on your birthday, right? It is raining outside today, so we have to wash the car. My car won't get wet. I took my umbrella with me. So what would you do? If it's raining outside, you take your umbrella, right? All right, I am going to stop us there. I think that was enough examples. You have to be patient with me because I haven't, let me see if I can pause it. I haven't done this in a while, so I got to switch to the screen so you can see the examples so we can go over what you're going to do. Screen share. Okay, so we are going to be making our little cause and effect person. So he's all dressed for winter, and this says cause. Remember, something happens, and then the effect is what happens afterwards. So underneath this is where you're going to draw an example, but I'm going to show you how to do all of this, okay? Sorry, my writing's not very big. This is an old example. So you leave ice out in a cup, what's going to happen? The ice melts to water, right? So that's my example. So let me go over how you're going to make this. So you have all your stuff, all right? It's in this little bag or all that's clipped together, and it says Wednesday on it because today is Wednesday. You're going to need your glue stick. So I'm going to take my glue, and on the back of the sheet. Now, anytime if I'm talking too fast, you can always have mom pause this, okay? Or if you have to get up to get a glass of water or whatever you need to do. I'm going to put glue on the back, and I'm going to glue it at the bottom of my paper, okay, down here. And then we're going to pull out, this is kind of a funny looking hat, okay, so the hat's going to go there. You want to don't put glue all on the back and up at the top, because then it's going to get stuck to mom and dad's table, and that's going to make a gluey mess. So just put it down here at the bottom. That should be enough to make it stick. Put it on there. Or if you want it to stick up top a little bit, you can do that. And then we're going to need the face part, right? The circle. And if yours doesn't stick as well as mine, this glue doesn't always stick the best. You can put a little more on. All right, I'm going to stick glue on the back of my face. And then I gave everybody some hair. I'm sorry I picked your hair color for you. You're probably not going to need all of it. So whatever you don't use, you can either save it for something else or you can throw it out. But you can put your glue stick on here, or if mom has a glue bottle, sometimes we know with the hair stuff, it's easier with the glue bottle. You can have some help and use the glue bottle. You're gonna put the hair on. Remember when you wear a hat, just a little bit of hair sticks out, it's not like all your hair. So just cover it up. Maybe when you're done with your activity, you can have mom take a picture of your little person, and you can send it to me, or you can just save it and bring it to school when you're done. All right. That does not look as good as my other one because it has a little more hair on it. The 2 white circles are going to be what? They're going to be for the eyes. So put those on. Then what are we going to need to use? We're going to need our crayons, right? Thankfully, I forgot to bring crayons home, and I had a crayon box upstairs in my kids' school supplies because they're in middle and high school and they don't really use crayons anymore. All right, I am going to give my person some blue eyes. Kind of looks worried. Then, what is she missing? Or he missing? A nose. I'm going to get out my red crayon for the nice little mouth. And what happens when you're outside? Your cheeks usually get a little bit of rosy, don't they? When it's cold outside. And I'm going to put a few little eyelashes on. What do you think? So there's my little person. Oh, what am I missing? I'm missing the mittens. Remember the mittens from the story? Be good if I put some mittens on. I'm going to use red ones just like the little girl in the story. So you're going to want to glue them, I guess. Kind of like that. They're holding up your cause and your effect. So if you want to use any of the examples that we just did when we did our boom cards, you can use any of those, or you can think of something different. So I think I'm going to do the opposite of one of the ones that we saw. So we've talked about plants, right? What do plants need? You need water. They need sunshine. I'm going to just make a tiny little sprout. And they need space and they need soil, right? Now let's draw our little seed down here. So here's some rain. It's raining over here. Just make sure you leave like a little bit of room. See how I left room at the bottom so that you can do your writing. And I'm gonna put the sun. Do you guys know what happens when the sun comes out when it's raining? We usually see a rainbow, don't we? So if my seed and my plant is getting everything that it needs, what's gonna happen? It's gonna grow into a nice plant, right? So here's my flower, be a simple flower. Now I'm gonna write my sentence, right? Can be simple. If I water my plant, a beautiful flower will grow. And if you're doing this, where you're sounding out the words, you don't have to be this fast, obviously, and you can use your developmental inventive spelling, right? Just try to spell your words correctly, okay? And that is our cause and effect. We will talk more about this when we are back at school. So there's that example, and here's my other older example, okay? And that one I did, you leave ice out in a cup, the ice melts into water. You already saw that one. You could use any of the ones from our boom cards, or if you want to think of a different one, that would be great too. All right, I am going to work on the video for math next. so that I can go over your math paper with you. Okay? See if I can figure this out. Bye.